welcome back. We're continuing. Hello and welcome back to you, Crush. Every time, without fail. Okay, so welcome back to the JrX2 project on my channel here. We're moving on now to attempt to build JrX2 number 4, but things are getting weird now. So if you've been following this entire series, you know that I picked up a brand new, for the most part, Junior 2. So I have here a Junior 2 chassis, very similar to the JrX Pro SE chassis. The Junior 2, the Junior T, they shared the same chassis, arms, etc. So anyway, what I'm going to try and attempt to do next is, while battling for room on my table with Crush here, I'm going to try and build I'm calling it a JrX2, but it's the only thing that's not JrX2 is going to be the chassis. I've always wondered, the JrX or the Junior 2 chassis has the holes on the side of the chassis for the side bulkheads. So I want to build a Junior 2 with 5-link suspension, just because I can. Why not? I might tear it apart when I'm done and keep parts as spare parts, sell it, run it, I don't know. But I just want to see a Junior 2 with 5-link suspension. So you can't eat that. That's a side bulkhead. That's steering. Don't chew on that either. Wish me luck, guys. We'll come back after the thing is assembled and we'll talk about what, if anything, is missing. Stop it. And what I've got to do next to get a 5-link Junior 2 up and running. Wish me luck. You ready, Crush? Let's go. Let's get this thing done. Well, all right. Another one done. JrX2 number 4. But is it a JrX2? Sort of, but not really. It's actually more Junior 2 with 5-link suspension, because it has Junior 2 chassis, Junior 2 bumper, which the JrX2 didn't have, Junior 2 steering rack, and Junior 2 gearbox, Junior 2 motor plate. It really is a Junior 2 with 5-link suspension. Let's start at the front, work our way back. The front and rear shocks, for that matter, were shocks that arrived from eBay. Day after I started it, I actually have another set on the way that were nicer than this and have the 5-link rear suspension spring cups that go on the lower link of the 5-link suspension. So these are temporary, but I've got another plan for them. Nicer ones are on the way for this car. Junior 2 front tower. I tried to install a JrX2 front tower, but it didn't fit underneath the top plate for the chassis. I could have perhaps removed some material to allow the top plate to go down and bolt to the bulkhead. However, the front body post was still going to be too low. What I'm going to do is remove the front shock tower from my JrX Pro SE and see if it fits. It should fit. Top plate, bulkhead, same deal as the JrX Pro SE. So if that happens, I will install a JrX Pro SE front shock tower, because this is lame. It's plastic and there's no ability to change shock position for tuning on this one. You're fixed to 1 on the tower and 2 on the arms, where if I go to a Pro SE shock tower, I'll have 3 different shock locations up top. The wheels are JC reproduction wheels from the company in the UK. The tires are M4 hole shots. Just no particular reason. I just had them, so I mounted them on these wheels. They work great outside on our tracks. Arms, turnbuckles, ball cups, ball studs. That's all standard Team Losi stuff. The one side of the steering, the red, pink side, that's from a Pro or Pro SE. The other side's black from a JrX2. Servo was already attached to the chassis. It doesn't have the sponge. I don't know if this one had the sponge or not. I know that the Pro SE had a sponge for the battery. And actually the side bulkheads are early side bulkheads off of JrX2. They don't have the extra reinforcement. The shock tower is a nice condition. Later version has all the holes drilled in it. JrX2 shock tower. The wing is actually an original wing wire. Sorry, is actually an original wing wire. The gearbox. Is this the one that I put the Thorpe diff in? Yeah. I put a Thorpe aluminum differential in this. So the side gears are aluminum and the center gear is aluminum. And I actually ordered off of eBay the top shaft for the gearbox where the idler gear comes off so that I can install a Thorpe idler gear that I have. So this will get a pretty cool gearbox with aftermarket Thorpe parts. The gear cover is the one that will accommodate a slipper clutch. I use this one because it has the cutout to the motor plate that's on here, the Team Losi Performance branded one, not the JrX2 one. There's a cutout in the side of the motor plate to accommodate the ball cup when you bring your ball studs all the way in on the bulkhead to get longer links for camber gain. So that's why this is the gear cover of choice, because it's molded for that motor plate. The white universal drive shafts here, I only have the ones that attach to the gearbox. I don't have the ones attached to the axle. Those are, I'm told, low friction ones. I didn't know that was the thing. The back wheels are also the J Concepts, or not J Concepts. That's exactly what they're not. They're not J Concepts. They're JC from the UK. They're 5-spoke. They look like the vintage style, but they're modern, and they're 2.2 size. So I've got Proline M4 hole shots in the back here as well. The shocks are not attached yet because I'm pretty sure I'm actually out of the bolts. The bolts that hold that shock lower spring cup onto the 5-link, I think I'm all out. I might have one. I've got to check. The shocks that I have coming actually have the bolts installed into the spring cup, so that's good. The outdrives. This is going to be hard to see on camera. The outdrives that are on the gearbox are some design that does not require a dust shield for the bearing. So I thought that was neat, so I threw those on there. I had never seen those before until I started hoarding parts. And that's it. This one, with the exception of a body and wing and electronics, is done. It actually has shocks on it, but they will not be staying on it. Oh, I need a servo saver. I'm going to actually get some plastic servo savers like we would use back in the day on those plastic geared servos. And then this one will be done. Now, well, all right. Now it's really time to wrap it up. Or is it? Unsure. Might be able to pull off another one. So here they are in the order in which this whole mess started. Back on December 28th, I produced a video saying, I wonder if I can build 4 JrX2s and a JrXT. Not only did I build 4 JrX2s and a JrXT, I was also able to upgrade my JrX Pro and upgrade my JrXT runner. So this has been an excellent project. Now, I guess I cheated. Yeah, I cheated, right? Because when I started this project on December 28th and said, do I have enough parts to build 4 JrX2s and a JrXT? I didn't plan on buying a Junior 2 at the time. And I did. So the Junior 2, the benefit of that was the shocks that were on the Junior 2 are now on this. And then I purchased these shocks along the way. So I didn't really have enough parts because, to be perfectly honest, I bought some stuff. I bought that Junior 2, and that Junior 2, it allowed me to finish 4 cars and a JrX and elevate the quality of my JrX Pro Shelf Queen. So if we're going to be perfectly fair and perfectly honest, I didn't have enough to do 4. Looking back, now I realize, yeah, because the shocks that are on this Junior 2 5-link suspension, the most recent one that I built, these shocks were ordered after the fact on eBay. The shocks on my JrX2 runner came off the Junior 2. Yeah. So, I mean, some parts were surplus and upgraded other parts that I already had. But, I mean, to be fair, without that Junior 2, what would I have done for shocks for this? And without purchasing these shocks, and I've got more shocks coming, what would have been on this for shocks? I don't know. But as a result of that purchase of the Junior 2 and the extra shocks, this all got done, and I'm pretty sure I can pull off another one. Still have this Junior 2 chassis. And what I think I want to do, JrX2 chassis. I have a JrX2 body left. I want to build a JrX2 with H-arm suspension. And while I'm at it, I think I'll put Pro rear shocks and tower and Pro front shocks and tower. Because even though I've got other shocks coming, I know I have enough of those bodies and shafts to do that. So I think that's what we're going to try and do next. I think we're going to build what would be basically be a JrX Pro on a JrX2 chassis, because again, why not? Why not? Or do I go, I'm not sure how the JrX2 tower, geometry speaking, will work with H-arms. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go JrX2 chassis, JrX Pro front rear shocks, and front rear shock towers. Not sure how those shocks are going to fit under a JrX2 body. I may have to do some trimming. I do have a JrX Pro body, so anyway, we'll see. We'll get that going. But for now, here they are. And as I sit here and as I film this, it occurred to me, if we're being honest, I did not have enough parts on December 28th when I started to build 4. But I built 4 anyway. So I thank you for coming along for this run. This has been fun for me. It did, not only did I get these cars built, I got this little recording space set up. I got my vintage stuff on display finally. So January has been, January will forever be known as Vintage Month on my channel, because I've done nothing on the channel this month except work on vintage stuff. I haven't touched an airplane in forever. I did go to one race, but still, the bulk of my concentration in the RC hobby this month has been on vintage projects, in particular my vintage Losi project. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more. And until next time, bye for now.